Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the UPSC 2024 revision series, this is part 3. Okay, we did part 0, 1 and 2 and this is part 3. So total 4th episode you can tell. So we have been discussing a lot of topics in random order. So students told me that we should classify similar topics in same episode and keep the episode length kind of same. So we will try to do space topics today. Okay, so you would have seen already in my Instagram and other WhatsApp areas and all. We have already told you that we are going to discuss space related topics. Okay, so there are topics like gamma ray burst or electromagnetic spectrum basics and X-ray, Exosat mission, Astrosat mission, the Chandra telescope is there, then Sagittarius A star is there. So these are things which came in the news in the last 1 year and it will continue to come. Okay, so whichever prelims you are giving 2025, 26, 27, all these, most of the missions are like a 5-year mission, 7-year mission and all. So in space, these things will be active and they will be discovering new satellites, exoplanets, asteroids and also it will keep coming in the news. Okay, so whichever year you are giving for whatever exam in this country, you have to know these topics. Okay, the question weightage of space has gone down, but still because it's in your syllabus you cannot skip it. Okay, you have to still study it. So we'll see different things, like we'll take the gamma ray burst topic and electromagnetic spectrum, and then from each topic we'll jump into the next topic. Okay, meaning in one topic they will tell like they discovered a black hole, then we'll see a little bit black hole. So with black hole, if they tell Astrosat mission is there, then we'll see that mission. From there we'll see something related to solar, we'll go to solar. Like that we'll carry forward through MCQs, through explanations, we'll try to take this forward. So it's a very important episode and I want you to watch till the end if you are giving this exam prelims, okay, UPSC prelims especially. So let me just take you to the picture of electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, so I'll move myself from here so that it's visible to you. Okay, you can see electromagnetic spectrum. Basically the light, okay, the light waves or whatever you call energy, light, whatever, this will have different waves in it or different frequencies in which it operates, and so each area it will have a different name also, okay, depending on what is its frequency and what is its wavelength. Okay, so wavelength means you can see like this is one wave, this is second wave, so between wave there will be a distance, okay, like you can call a height and depth and all. So one wave to the another, okay, that length, that's called wavelength. So wavelength, if you see, that means obviously the distance when it is more, the wavelength will be more. Okay, so that is why here if you see the wavelength in meters they have given, and it is telling this direction it is longer, meaning radio waves will have the longest wavelength, microwaves will have little lesser wavelength, then again lesser wavelength. So it will go and then here if you see the waves are coming closer and closer. Okay, it's getting closer, so obviously the wavelength will become shorter and shorter when you go to the right. Okay, so what we will tell, gamma rays have the shortest wavelength. Okay, X-rays are little more, UV has little more than that, and radio waves have the highest wavelength in this particular picture which you see. Okay, and then frequency is what, how frequently these waves are happening. So this again, when wavelength is more, obviously the frequency is less, right? It took this much length for one thing to occur, so one frequency. So like that, if you see, radio waves will have the lowest frequency and gamma will have the highest frequency. See, it's like very frequently it is happening. So frequency, okay, so this side if you take, it is highest frequency but lowest wavelength. Okay, so opposite of that will be here, it will be longest wavelength but smallest frequency. Okay, that is what you have to by heart first, these things in the order. Okay, radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves. After infrared there will be here visible light. Okay, visible light, you know the rainbow colors. Okay, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red in this direction. Okay, so red, left of red will be infrared and right of violet will be ultraviolet. This is the basics. Okay, and within this visible light also the nanometers, this is 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, and within like that same like UV, as a homework you go and find out, within UV there will be UVA or there will be UVB, UBC, like that different categories are there. It's just simple like this much meter, they call it UVA, then UVB, UVC. Like you try to find out which is the one which is harmful for human skin and all, because ultraviolet rays which comes from the sun, which ozone layer protects and all, that basics. Okay, that if you simply Google UVA, BC in Google you will get. So that's the homework I am giving you. Every slide I'll give you one homework also, so it's a mutual learning. Okay, it's not like everything is given as a scripted thing for you and you by heart. You have to understand the concept, because UPSC can be cleared only those students who knows these basics basics of concepts. Okay, so here you understood what all, you know that these many kind of waves are there, and the direction is like, this direction is like increasing frequency, and this direction is increasing wavelength. Okay, so now if UPSC asks arrange the following waves in the order of their wavelength or frequency, you should be able to do. Okay, make some shortcut for this: R, M, I, V, U, X and G. Okay, or in the reverse order, G, X, U, V, I, M, R. Okay, that's what we teach our students usually. G from left right to left. Okay, G, X, U, V, I. Okay, G, X, U, V, I, M, R. So that if you by heart, then you will know one direction, and then the opposite of that will be the other one. Okay, so this is what the first learning for you. And now each thing obviously will have different you can tell the radiation type, the temperature in which it is the most active. See, temperature of objects at which this radiation is the most intense. Okay, so different. This is all you don't have to by heart, but just have a glance at it. Okay, and then gamma rays especially, or X-rays especially, will keep coming in the news. Okay, infrared and all, UPSC used to ask in the 90s and all, like infrared in your mobile phones and all, those days infrared, Bluetooth, these kind of things were there. So they will ask for near communication, long communication. Then visible light, you anyway know it's that rainbow colors. Radio waves for the radio communication. So microwave for the heating. So like that, different things are there, and more and more you Google on this, more and more pictures will come. Okay, and you can just get the applications of this also. So this is the basics about electromagnetic spectrum. Why I told this, because we will now discuss on certain things and all. In this, what you understood, gamma ray has the kind of highest frequency, and see here, see frequency. Okay, very frequently it is happening, but the wavelength is shorter or the smallest, and then that's given here 10 raised to minus 12, and then it will have the highest energy also. So gamma can be considered the highest form of energy of light. Okay, so in the space and all, suppose there is a star and that star explodes or burst or something happen, so that time that much energy or light will be coming out, and that we call it as gamma ray burst. Okay, so in different questions format also I'll show you a basic question about electromagnetic spectrum, if you see, which is the one responsible for heating of solar water heater. Okay, this type of questions used to come in early 90s and 2000s. Okay, but nowadays UPSC is not asking this much like simplistic or straightforward question. Okay, but still basics, it's your responsibility to study and go. So again, the same picture, but you are, see, radio is for radio communication, then microwave is for cooking and other telephone signals, infrared is for here heating purposes, then this is like you are seeing in the VIBGYOR colors. The ultraviolet, skin and other things is some are harmful, some are not harmful. Okay, that's why I told you UV, A, B, C, go and try to find out. Then X-rays, you know, for X-ray machines, gamma rays used in medicines for killing cancer cells. So like one definition, one this thing, very basics. I'm trying to make you revise. Okay, this is actually basics, and these basics, if you don't know, already we have a playlist. Okay, in both English and Hindi. Our science is there, which ma'am did it last year. Vysh IAS science playlist, you type in YouTube, you will get these two. Okay, so whichever you want, English or Hindi, both are same only, same slides. We have just done it in 2 languages. Inside that, if you see artificial intelligence, one playlist, one lecture, biotechnology, one lecture, then space tech, one lecture, nuclear energy, one lecture, biotechnology, one lecture. So like this, different things we have done episodes, so that you get an idea. See, in 30 minutes you can quickly revise all the science topics. Okay, that's why I'm telling, we are not teaching you basics here, we are doing a revision series. Okay, and in the form of charts also, our students who are enrolled to test series will be getting, where we tell alpha ray, beta ray, gamma ray kind of table, or like this different tables will be there, which you will get an idea of what is positive charge, what is negative charge, and just to glance on the day of prelims. Okay, UPSC will never ask you to write a mains question on these kind of things and all. Okay, that's for other exams which are of not UPSC standard, but still when you go through these charts, okay, for example here again the space things which came in news. So this is actually 1 year old space things, newer ones will be in a different chart. So here you can see NASA's missions, or ISROC, the heaviest satellite which India launched, or highest satellite which India made but somebody else launched. That kind of very meaning one-liner GK, right? That in very quick format we give, so that how much ever you study test series, magazines and all, you need one place where you have to glance it. So that is why we design these kind of things also. Okay, so these are all will be given to our test series students. Mostly the science and geography one, I think today midnight itself I will be emailing. Okay, see, atmosphere layers, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. So here interesting thing is, you know, when you go like to the Himalayas and all, that is height, when it increases, the temperature decreases. Temperature decreases with the height in the troposphere layer. But in the next layer, the temperature actually increases when you go. Okay, because in the stratosphere there will be an ozone layer where you are actually blocking lot of the heat. Okay, so here you are in, like in a troposphere, you are in a little cooler place, and from there when you are going, the blocked area you will reach, so the temperature will actually increase. Okay, so stratosphere, it will increase. Then after that again there is a decrease of height, because as you go height, obviously the temperature will decrease. Okay, that is in the mesosphere. But mesosphere itself, there is an area mesopause where it is transitioning to the ionosphere. Okay, so there again, because of the ions and charged particles and all is there again temperature will start increasing with height. Okay, so like that, this basics you have to know. Once decrease, then increase, then again decrease, then again increase. So the coldest place in the space will be where? Coldest place will be there in the mesosphere. Okay, because after that, everywhere the temperature is going to increase because you are moving towards the sun. Solar radiations will be there. So the highest point where the atmosphere will be the coldest will be in the mesosphere, which is in 50 to 80 kilometer range. So these are all taken from your basic NCERT. Okay, geography, science, NCERT, this will be there. I just made it in a chart format so that our students can by heart it quicker. Okay, that is the only difference. I am not telling you would not have studied this without Vysh IAS. You would have studied all this, but problem is, you when revising time, your teachers won't give it in this format, but we will be giving in this format also for the most important topics which we feel that every student has to know. Okay, so this is one example of the atmosphere chart. Just pause and read if you are not our student. Others will get this chart in your mailbox. Okay. Then these are the topics. Okay, this series, if you are new, we are discussing important topics in like polity, geography, history. These are just maybe 100 topics you can see on the screen, but 1000 topics I will discuss in the coming 1 or 2 months in like this different episodes, and then you will be like very much thorough. Okay, as I told, now I am grouping it into topic wise. So next we will maybe do a polity episode, then we will do a science episode, then a sports episode, then a like awards, then reports. Like that we will try to do multiple episode, and even like sports itself may be having 2 episodes. Okay, sports episode 1, sports episode 2, because that many things happen in an year, and I will make sure that you get maximum revision through free YouTube videos itself. Okay, but if you have the test series, you will have an additional bonus that you have PDFs of all this and you are doing it yourself in your convenience, else you have to sit and wait for my videos. Okay, so here the 2025 students, okay, you have a lot of time to study, and we have a 450-day timetable. Now March 1 only the timetable started. The first test will happen on March 16th only, so you have still now days to go. Try to get this pack. Okay, 9-month installment is there, and this kind of golden chance you will never get it. There is a crazy 1250 EMI offer also, up to 9 months or 10 months. I keep allowing you to pay installments also. So up till next October, November, you can pay your fees. There's no hurry, but you will get access to the timetable which has 450 days. Okay, that is 306 days in 2024 and 144 days in 2025. Every day you sit and study as per I tell, self-study. With my test series, you will be clearing this prelims. Okay, but you have to study it very dedicatedly. And if you are joining to any of our packs, we will be sending you free goodies. Okay, this kind of hoodies, this kind of bags, everything we'll be sending you, and we'll be happy if you send us the unboxing videos and pictures. Okay, so these are all extra things. We will now go back to our studies. So which of the following are true about gamma ray burst? Okay, so now gamma rays, you have an idea that it's like the highest frequency thing, or like the most energetic light in the space. Okay, so it's written short duration burst will last up to 45 minutes, long duration burst will last up to several hours, while the short and long GRBs, that is the gamma ray burst, are likely created by different processes. Both result in the creation of a new black hole. Okay, so this is the level in which UPSC will be asking you a question, and it's up to you whether you have to answer this or you have to skip this. It's all depending on how well you have prepared for this exam. Okay, so here explanation I'll give you so that you understand each and everything. Here the answer is 2, 3 only. Okay, that is the first one, up to 45 minutes and all, is a very like exaggerated number. Okay, this is like in a flash of a second it happens. So it's like short duration burst means it's like 2 seconds or maybe sometimes little more lengthier. There's no technical or official established definition here. You go to NASA website or ISR website, they will tell like up to 2 seconds we consider it as short thing, and after 2 seconds we consider it as long. And so it can go up to hours also, because sometimes it will be far away. The light, it will take that much time to reach our telescope. So based on that and all, the longer one can be any number of hours. Okay, but the shortest one is actually milliseconds or seconds only. So that is why the first statement is just a made up statement and it is wrong. The second and third statement is actually correct. Both will create a black hole. And also one trick I will tell you for these kind of questions: whenever UPSC tells something with surety, that statement will be wrong. Okay, like here they're telling this will last up to. Okay, surely will last up to. So that is a wrong statement. But the next two statements, if you see, this may last up to hours, and see, this may result in black hole. So that is a possibility. So possibility, anything is possible. In science questions, whenever there is a possibility, okay, which are the likely applications of a any metal they give, then anything is an application, because scientists are evolving every day that they find out something and all. Okay, so always probability is given in science that will be true. That's a trick or a like last minute option I'm giving you in case you are not able to reach your cutoff. In science question, go for this. Okay, so like this here, we'll try to see the explanation a little bit. So gamma ray bursts are short-lived explosions of gamma rays, that is the most energetic form of light. So lasting from milliseconds to several hours, they shine 100 times brighter than the typical supernova. Supernova is again the same thing. When a star is ending its life, okay, star's life is coming to an end, an explosion or like dying out, okay, that time flash of light will be there, that is the supernova. So even more than that, so imagine gamma ray burst, how much kind of energy it will be. So that it will be million trillion times as bright as the sun. Okay, that much that much light it will be, but it will be very far away. So we are at Earth, we are not seeing it. Okay, only through different telescopes and all we are observing it. So observed in distant galaxies, they are the brightest electromagnetic event known to exist in the universe. And this repeatedly is in the news, okay, because these telescopes placed here and there are noticing different gamma ray bursts nowadays. So that is why it's coming in the news. So while two types of events are there, both may result in the creation of a black hole, which I told in the third statement. And the duration, the long one is like 2 seconds to several hours, and the short one is less than 2 seconds. So news, if you see, India's Astrosat space telescope reached a significant milestone by detecting its 600th gamma ray burst. Okay, meaning they are detecting one after the other. Now the 600th one recently in I think October, November 2023 it had done, and it was there all over the news. Okay, so here it is detected by that Astrosat. In that, lot of instruments will be there. So one of that instrument is cadmium zinc telluride imager. Okay, so that imager is the one which detected this. So we will see that also. Astrosat mission I will teach you. That's what I will, one news we will see. From that news, if you see a technical term, we will study that technical term. So like that, it will try to like 20-30 minutes. We will try to cover a lot of topics which you saw in the first slide of this video. Okay, so here gamma ray burst representing the demise of massive stars or neutron star mergers pack an immense amount of energy, often surpassing the sun's total lifetime emissions in the matter of a seconds. I told you that much light in that much less time, and this is during the demise, meaning the end of a star. Okay, and then extraordinary amount of energy is there, and that's why it is called mini Big Bang also. Okay, Big Bang theory is the like the formation of universe time and all. The Big Bang happened, that much energy would have happened, so it's like a mini Big Bang now. So this can last up to a fraction of a second or several minutes, and it is associated with the death of a massive star or a merger of a neutron star. Any time this can happen, the GRB can be emitted. Okay, so this cosmic fireworks emit energy compared to the sun's entire lifetime output. Okay, so these are all newspaper language it is, so it's the same thing again repeated. So this detector which I told you on the Astrosat observe the 600 GRB on November 22. Okay, that is why we are discussing this. So Astrosat, if you see picture, I'll show you first. This is the Astrosat satellite which we have. In that we have different instruments. So this UVIT also keeps coming in the news that this UVIT found out something. That's a telescope. Then this imager is the one which detected this GRB now. Then there is this large area X-ray thing. X-ray they will detect. Then soft X-ray telescope, again X-ray it will detect. Scanning sky monitor for scanning the sky. So like that, these are the basics 5 things in the Astrosat mission. Okay, and it's not a new mission. 2015 we had launched it, and now it is 8 years, and we have now, as I told, 600 GRB it has detected. So what is Astrosat? It is a multi-wavelength astronomy mission. So multi-wavelength, why did I show you that spectrum? Electromagnetic spectrum, because different wavelengths there are different types of rays. So this one is a mission which can detect any of those. Okay, because we have another mission called Exosat. Exosat is especially for detecting the X-rays which are getting emitted from in the space. Okay, Astrosat can detect multiple wavelength. So it can maybe UV also it can detect, X-ray also it can detect, gamma ray also it can detect. That kind of most important mission it is. Okay, so it's an Indian remote sensing, you can tell, because it's not a communication satellite and all. It is an Indian remote sensing. It is actually sensing the space and telling you something. So that is a multi-wavelength thing in the 650 kilometer near equatorial orbit. Okay, where it is there. It was launched in September 2015 on the PSLV C30. Okay, so this basics, again I am telling you, you don't know what is SLV, what is PSLV, what is GSLV. Was that playlist which I showed you, where the basics we are teaching. Okay, here we are discussing the news item for the prelims 2024. So PSLV is, you can tell, the most used space launch vehicle of India. Okay, GSLV and all is for heavier satellite. When it's very heavy communication satellite, we have to send it like 36,000 kilometers above the earth and all. That time we use that. But PSLV is for this near earth orbit and polar and all. We use PSLV. Okay, so here it is the first dedicated Indian astronomy mission studying celestial sources in X-ray, optical and UV spectral band simultaneously with its 5 unique X-ray and UV telescope. I showed you the picture of all the 5 things. So they all work in tandem, they work in together, not like one is on and one is off. Multi-wavelength is simultaneously detected by it and reported. And on the ground level, who is detecting it or who is operating it? It is in the Bangalore. There is a central called ISTRAC, that is ISRO Telemetry Tracking and Command Network in Bangalore. That is the one which is coordinating with this and operating this thing. Okay, so Astrosat in the years have done many things, but in case a mains question come, a 10 marker like Astrosat and its discoveries or applications, then you can use this. If you see here, major scientific observations of Astrosat, I'll just push myself out of this, just 1 second. Okay, now you can see the full screen. So, spotted stars forming in gas streams offers insights into how galaxy clusters behave. Okay, galaxy is a group of stars or a big group of constellation. So, it then it found 75,000 young stars in the Andromeda galaxy. Okay, there is an Andromeda galaxy like our Milky Way galaxy and all. There they have found a lot of stars. Then they have found black holes in the binary system where they are seen spinning almost as fast as possible. Okay, with again by different payloads they have detected it. Okay, then they have this discovered one of the earliest galaxy called AUDFS01 located in the Hubble Extreme Deep Field. So, these kind of areas which is like very billions of light years away from the Earth, this Astrosat is able to detect stars or black holes or anything which you want, it is being detected. Okay, so the team comprising of the scientists are Indian, Switzerland, France, USA, Japan, Netherlands. They all have they are all ground monitoring this. Okay, they are detecting this using the UV-IT telescope which we have on the Astrosat. So, like this, these are just few of them I listed in case a very small question comes in UPSC mains where you have to write about Astrosat application. Okay, for prelims whatever is needed, we are like this through the news anyway we are going to see. Okay, so now there we saw like black holes and all, like it is discovering black holes also. So, we will see a little bit upon black holes in a question format. Black holes are regions of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape from them. Okay, statement number 1. They are formed when a massive star collapses or in on itself at the end of its life. Okay, then they play a role in the formation and evolution of galaxies and the distribution of matter throughout the universe. Okay, so here very generalistic statements about black holes, and here all of them are correct. Okay, just to teach you these basics, I have put the statements like this. These are all in the current affair test series or in the science test series which my students get. Okay, you will be getting it anyway. The PDFs you will be getting with explanation, others you have to make notes. Okay, because these are all part of paid materials, and as a revision series I am just showing you some of the important questions alone. Okay, my students will get close to 10,000 MCQs and explanations like this. Okay, detailed explanation PDFs you will be getting in your inbox. Already half of them is delivered. At least 5,000 would be delivered. Remaining also in the coming 2 months you will be getting. Okay, mostly in the 1 month itself you will get it. I am trying to finish it before your 1 month before your prelims. Okay, so black holes are regions of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. They are formed when a massive star collapses in on itself at the end of its life. And then different types. There are stellar black hole, intermediate black hole, supermassive black hole. This is nothing but the mass or the size in which it is like the star is there. Okay, meaning a single massive star, or this is like having mass of like 1 lakh times that of the sun, or this is like millions of billions of times that of the sun, depending on how big that star is, and they are collapsing. Based on that, different names. Okay, stellar, intermediate, and supermassive. And black holes are important for understanding the universe and its evolution. Okay. And in the center of almost every galaxy, there will be black holes. Okay, surely there will be black hole. So, they play a role in the formation of evolution of galaxy and the distribution of matter throughout the universe. So, this is the basics about black holes which as a prelims question can come. Now, the theory or the GK which nowadays UPSC is focusing, which usually in SSC PSC exam is coming, like who theorized the concept? It is Albert Einstein. Who is the one who gave the name of the black hole? It is this American physicist John Archibald Wheeler. Okay, this is the person in 1960s who actually gave the name, or he called it black hole. Albert Einstein just told there will be a place where the complete dense and it's like light even cannot escape. The theory was given by Albert Einstein, but he did not give the name. This person gave the name. And 2019, these scientists, okay, at the Event Horizon Telescope project released the first ever image of the black hole. That is only the shadow kind of thing. You would have seen that it was very popular in that 2019 time. One photograph was there. That was in 2019. And then gravitational waves. That is also one topic which UPSC at least 3 times in prelims have asked. Okay, that they are created when 2 black holes orbit each other and merge. Okay, this was exactly the question also. UPSC asked like 2 black holes are merging, then what will be the effect of it? And then one of the options was, I think, gravitational waves will be formed. That much straightforward they are asking. If you know the definition and concept, you can solve any questions of UPSC. Okay, this Event Horizon Telescope also I will explain in the coming slides, don't worry. And then astronomers have discovered an ultra-massive black hole. Okay, this is another news in around May 2023. They have discovered this massive black hole using gravitational lensing, a phenomenon where a foreground object bends light from a distant object. This is actually, if you see, it's again a technical term. Okay, you don't have to worry too much. There is a big object and there is a distant object somewhere. Then one of them will cause the other one's light to bend. Okay, that is the basic physics definition if you want. Okay, phenomenon where the path of light from a distant object is bent by the gravitational field, because outside every body there will be a gravitational field also. Okay, by that gravitational field it is bent, okay, of the massive object such as a galaxy or a black hole. So you just have to know gravitational lensing is something that there is a massive object, there is a distant object, the light is being bent because of the gravitational field around it. Okay, that much knowledge is enough for you for a UPSC exam. So this can happen and it will be looking distorted or magnified and all, depending on where the object is or how alignment is between those two objects, and alignment between the observer, that is the telescope which we are seeing. So this also was first predicted by Albert Einstein in his theory of general relativity. Okay, this E equal to mc square and all technical things are there which you don't have to study, but Albert Einstein is the one who almost predicted everything. Okay, at least in modern physics he is the one. Else in our olden Indian things and all, many of these are indirectly told in many of the books also, in Vedas and all. Okay, so this is the modern thing. Always remember that Albert Einstein will have some role to play. Now the same thing, November 2023, another news is there. Researchers from the IIT Guwahati and the UR Rao Satellite Center of ISRO achieved a groundbreaking discovery by detecting polarized emissions from an extragalactic black hole. Okay, extragalactic is nothing but a black hole outside our Milky Way. Okay, Milky Way is the galaxy in which our solar system is there. So outside also a lot of galaxy will be there. That is called extragalactic galaxy or extragalactic thing. There a black hole was there. In that, polarized emission is nothing but emissions which are like kind of a, you can tell, straight line, or it's like a focused emission. Okay, so polarized emission. So polarized emission refers to electromagnetic waves such as light or X-rays whose electric field vectors oscillate predominantly in a specific direction. Okay, so technical things and all you leave it. Just remember that emissions are in a specific direction. That is called polarized emission. So this was detected in a extragalactic black hole by the Indian scientists. So again it came in news. Okay, so whenever something comes in news, UPSC aspirants has to study it. Okay, so I am taking you to the next topic through this news article. That is, how did they detect it? They used X-ray polarimetry technique. Okay, so that one, if you see, NASA has a mission, that is the X-ray polarimeter explorer IXP. Okay, this is a space mission of NASA, imaging mission, where X-ray things they are detecting in the space. Okay, so that is the like in 2021 they launched it. This was the first ever X-ray specific mission, and India also is doing that. That is, India now 2024 January, new year, we have now just 2 months back, we have launched X-ray polarimeter satellite, that is Exosat. Meaning for X-ray specific, the world's first one is IXP, the world's second one is Exosat, which India has done. Okay, see, second satellite with that capability. That means what? I took you from a May news to November news, and now to the January 2024 news, which are all related. Okay, so what we have to study next? We have to study Exosat. Okay, from Astrosat we went to black hole, from black hole we went to X-ray, and now we are going to Exosat. So Exosat is India's first X-ray polarimeter, launched on 1st January 2024, aboard again see PSLV. So PSLV C58. So like the numbers will keep changing, see that you don't have to by heart. So ISRO and this Raman Research Institute, okay, named after CV Raman in Bangalore, they have together done this mission. Okay, so it will study the various dynamics of bright astronomical X-ray sources. Okay, X-ray which is getting emitted, which I told you in that you studied, right, that radio waves are there, and then this side, okay, GX, that's why you use GX, UVI. This is the order of rays we have. Okay, gamma rays and all, and like that we'll study. So X-rays are somewhere here where high frequency is there and less wavelength is there. So that thing will be detected through these missions, through this Exosat. So it is India's first venture into polarimetry mission. The first one in the world is NASA's IXP mission, and IXP was equipped with advanced telescopes for detecting all this. Similarly, Exosat also will have different things. So one of that is this Pollux payload, and one is the expect payload. Okay, so this you just have to by heart. In case UPSC want to trouble you, they will tell like Pollux and Exosat seen in news is related to which mission. So they will give you Exosat, Gaganyaan, Aditya, Chandrayaan. So you should know it's an Exosat instrument. Okay, instruments for detecting the X-rays. Okay, and the institutes are that Raman Institute and the UR Rao thing in Bangalore. Okay, very detailed. If you want, you can study, but because space questions are coming very less, I just want you to know at least the basics. Okay, I don't want you to master this, because you are not giving an ISRO exam or a DRDO exam. You are giving a UPSC exam where they expect you to know the concepts and the stories only, and not the technical part. Okay, in case they ask you also, nobody in the exam hall will be able to do it, so you don't worry about that question. Okay, it's very technical. So X-rays, I told you, high energy and short wavelength, measuring between 0.03 and 3 nanometer. Okay, this kind of things you can study. Okay, physical temperature detects the wavelength. So this temperature I showed you, temperature and wavelength also has a connection. Okay, so this is the basics about Exosat mission. So from there, again, gamma ray 1 news we took and we reached till here. Now we will take gamma ray second news. Okay, first news, which one we studied? That Astrosat has detected the 600th GRB. Now another news, gamma ray burst triggered by a supernova explosion in a galaxy situated nearly 2 billion light years from Earth induced a notable disruption in the ionosphere of Earth. Meaning, I told you this gamma ray burst far away, some star is there, and the star is bursting and explosion is happening and you are seeing GRB. Now, usually it doesn't affect our Earth, but they are telling one of the supernova explosion of the GRB that has actually caused some disruption in our ionosphere. Okay, that is the news. So again, it becomes important for us. So again, approximately 2 billion years ago, a distant galaxy outside our Milky Way, a very large star, met its end in a colossal explosion known as the supernova. This event released an immense amount of gamma rays. The journey of these waves spanned across the cosmos. Okay, so you should know that it's not like there it happens and instantly in Earth you will see. That light has to travel billions of years. Okay, and then only you will reach here. Then only you will be able to see it. So it will be like very backdated. That's how the space works. Okay, space and this parallel universe and this and all the different tougher topics. You don't have to go there, but you should know that it is not like it happened yesterday and then your telescope saw it. It would have happened many billions distance away and years away, and you are detecting it now. Okay, so it is reaching the Earth by 2022, and the effect of this gamma ray burst was studied by Chinese satellite. Okay, Chinese satellite is there called Zhangjiang, a Chinese Italian mission, which was launched in 2018. It has an instrument called EFD. So not important because it's not India's. And then they are analyzing. The European Space Agency also has a laboratory, gamma ray laboratory. They also, with other satellites, revealed this. Okay, that there is a variation in our ionosphere's electrical field. This is why I showed you the layers of atmosphere in the starting. Okay, after the mesosphere, we have an ionosphere. After that, we have the thermosphere. Okay, and somewhere there we'll have a magnetosphere also, which I will show you in a while. So like this, don't worry, I will show you again. Okay, if you forgot also, I will show you one more time. Without studying, you will not end this video. Okay, I will make sure that you study this. So this GRB happened. Usually it doesn't affect us, but this time ionosphere has been affected. So let's see the atmosphere one more time. See, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere. Then above here, from here onwards, ionosphere D layer is there, E layer is there, and one more F layer is there. Okay, so at different height. So this is around 80 kilometer, this is around 100 kilometer, 110 kilometer, this is around 260 to 80 kilometer. Okay, that's the basics you have to study. Then thermosphere, then temperature, what I told you. Troposphere, when you go till here, the temperature would have decreased with height. It will become cooler as you go to higher. Then stratosphere, it will become temperature will increase because there is an ozone layer here. Then after that again temperature will decrease. So in mesosphere you will have the coldest point in the space. Then after that temperature will again increase because thermosphere. Then after that full increase only because you are going towards the sun. Okay, the last there will be an exosphere. Okay, exosphere is like outer space only. Okay, there's no proper definition for that. Exosphere is the outermost layer after you can tell 400 kilometer and all. So this is the basics about the ionosphere. Again, theory if you want, it's a region of Earth's upper atmosphere, 50 to 950 kilometer above the Earth's surface, ionized by solar radiation. Okay, meaning the solar radiation is coming. Here some dust particles and things will be there. It will get some charge because of the radiation, and that it is because it's highly sensitive to this magnetic and electrical conditions there. And so this charges will be, then we can use it also for different things like long distance communication, radio transmissions and these things and all. We can use this area also. I'll show you some more pictures. And if it gets disturbed, obviously our radio communication will get disturbed. Okay, so interaction between the charged particles from the sun and the Earth's magnetic field in the ionosphere create a phenomenon called aurora. So the aurora will be the another topic which we study in the coming slides. Okay, so here if you see one more picture in the internet, we will see magnetosphere also. Magnetosphere is nothing but a sphere there which is there in the thermosphere, that is above ionosphere. I showed you thermosphere. Okay, above this, here this is thermosphere. So in thermosphere itself there is a magnetosphere where our magnetic field is there. So here see above D, E, F layer and all, this area there is a magnetosphere, and these numbers and all don't by heart. Okay, so all is internet images just for representation I have shown you. So sun is there, this much sunlight is there, high energy particles are reflecting here in magnetosphere. There is an ionosphere, there is an ozone layer which will screen the UV rays. There is a stratosphere where cloud, rains and recycling of water happens. There is this troposphere where conditions suitable for life, nitrogen, oxygen, heat, light, meaning our normal atmosphere is this one. Okay, troposphere. So here basics. Okay, here greenhouse effect is happening here. Radio waves are sent back here at ionosphere. So this is the basics or the minimum you have to know. More than this, don't do too much research on like let me study 10 applications on ionosphere, 10 stories about. Don't do that because you are giving UPSC exam and not any science exam. Okay, so here collisions are so infrequent in most of the region, that is its electrical conductivity is nearly infinite. Okay, meaning in the magnetosphere that much charging and discharging and this collision is happening, dust particles and things and all, that it is like a infinite electrical conductivity area. Okay, so these are the kind of statements which usually in competitive exam will be there. Then again I told you the sun rays and this one when it interacts, sometimes colorful night sky can be seen. Okay, something like this. This you cannot see in your place, like in India and all, we can rarely see it, or we can see it in a different form only, but usually it is there in the North Pole and the South Pole, okay, meaning those countries where you can take like Alaska, Canada, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, that areas you can see this in the mountainous or the highest areas, because there you can see like more closer to the Arctic Circle and the poles and all, where the solar will be, radiation will be interacting with the clear sky there, where a little bit of materials, dust particles or charged particles are there, and this kind of green, sometimes violet, sometimes purple, that also I'll teach you, okay, which metals or which element interact with sun and which gives purple color, which gives green color, everything I'll teach you, okay. So here again, May 2023, there was a news in India, Aurora like, okay, it's not Aurora, Aurora like colorful curtains of dazzling light were captured in Ladakh, which is much farther from the polar regions, whereas where aurora usually occur, okay, meaning we cannot call it aurora, because aurora concept I told you, it's in the North Pole and South Pole, but in India also we happen to see something colorful kind of curtains in the Ladakh area, okay. So what is that? Okay, these lights are actually billions of charged particles moving into space at ultra high speed, and they arrive in the direction of Earth. They cause a disturbance in the Earth's magnetic field. So it's the same concept only, but here we call it stable auroral red arc, okay, SAR. This was there in the Hindu newspaper and all the newspapers, that what we saw in Ladakh is not called aurora, instead it is called SAR, okay, that is stable auroral red arc. So if UPSC asks this one, whether aurora can be seen in India, we cannot see the actual aurora, but aurora like phenomenon, which is the SAR, this we can see. Okay, so it's a band of kind of reddish light is what we see, not that green kind of light which we usually see in the aurora region. Okay, so here geomagnetic activity due to the burst of charged particle from the sun triggers both auroras and SAR, meaning both are the same only. Solar interact with the charged particles in the sky, but slightly different mechanism. As I told, aurora is in the poles and it has different colors also, and if you are lucky only, like you can see all this, okay, it's not like happening every time. The other thing will be most of the time happen, but Ladakh, what happened, once in 5 years you will see. Here in last 2015 it was seen, and now in 2023 it is seen in May month, and that is why it is important for your prelims, okay, else we would not have even discussed this. So here different astronomical observatories are detecting this and telling that it is not just a sudden glow and all. We have understood that it is an SAR and we have confirmed it. Okay, what we saw in Ladakh is not aurora, it is not a simply random glow, it is the usual thing which happens every 5 years or 8 years, that is the SAR. This is the thing which is discussed or in the which came in the news. So now a question, auroral displays of the northern hemisphere are called aurora borealis and aurora displays of the southern hemisphere are called Aurora Australis. Okay, so just a GK thing, and this is actually both 1 and 2. Okay, what is in the north is called the Borealis and south is called Australis. Okay, it's very easy because you know Australia is in the south, so maybe that's how they named it. So Aurora Australis is in the southern hemisphere, southern pole, and the north is called Borealis. Okay, so here explanation for that, same thing only, northern light or southern light. Usually it is a milky greenish color, which I showed you the picture, but it can also show red, blue, violet, pink, white. Okay, these colors appear in a variety of continuously charged changing shapes, and they are okay, spectacular, that's not important. So same, sun fueled by electrical charge particle trapped in the electrical magnetic field and caused by collision between fast moving electrons from the space with oxygen and nitrogen in the upper atmosphere. Okay, so again let me just show you that colors. Okay, see, high energy electrons cause oxygen to emit green light, the most familiar color. Okay, meaning high electron causes oxygen, if it's interacting with, it will become like that, while the low energy electron interacting with that oxygen, it will cause red light. Okay, now nitrogen, if it is interacting, then it will give a blue light. The blending of these things will give purple, pink and white. Okay, so oxygen, whether it is high electron, green light, low electron, red light, and nitrogen, blue light, and then mixing of all that gives different light. This is again a GK only, which ideally UPSC should not ask, but the way in the last 2 years UPSC is asking very illogical questions, I am just giving you GK facts. Okay, and this aurora can affect communication line, radio line and power line. So this also can be a UPSC question. Okay, if because Ladakh we saw something like this, in case they want to ask you, these are the kind of things they can ask. Okay, in prelims I am telling. Now the summary of the entire 2-3 pages which we saw is here. Solar wind is a stream of plasma, that is ionized atom particles. Okay, solar wind flow outward from the sun in all direction. Some of these particles of the solar wind obviously will enter Earth's upper atmosphere, which is near the pole, and there we have the magnetic field. So when they collide, what will happen? This collision makes the atmosphere glow with color, producing aurora, which is a colorful display of light. So whatever in that full with the technical numbers and names we gave, this is the summary of Aurora. In case a mains question come on Aurora, this is what you have to write as your opening introduction line, and then you are done. Okay, simply don't waste pages and pages of writing too many things, because you have word limit also in mains. Okay, so this is about the Aurora. Now 2023 again in November December time, these kind of things came in news. Cosmic wine. Okay, what is a cosmic wine? What is a Sagittarius A star? Okay, or Sagittarius A asterisk. Okay, A asterisk. So here this is actually an extensive galaxy. Okay, this again basics. I told you star is there, group of stars is called a constellation, group of lot of constellations called a galaxy. Okay, so stars, you know, anyway, constellation in the movies and all you would have seen, like this hunter is there, one shape like 7 stars together, Saptarishi or Big Dipper, like this shape and all stars will be there. That's a constellation. Now lot of stars together like a Milky Way, that's called galaxy. Okay, same like that basics you have to know. Okay, what is a meteor, what is a meteorite, what is a meteoride. Okay, this kind of thing. What is a comet? This and all are basics, and I hope NCERT classes you have seen. These are all taught in my free NCERT YouTube videos. Okay, so this is an extensive galaxy. I will show you explanation also. And this one is a black hole. Okay, Sagittarius A star is a black hole. So first question, let me show you. Astronomers using data from the James Webb Space Telescope have identified a colossal chain of at least 20 closely packed galaxies from the early universe. Okay, this is called as cosmic wine. Okay, like a grape wine and all, you can tell wine, like a group of galaxies they have found together, wine like structure. That is why it is called cosmic wine. Okay, so it is so massive that it makes our galaxy Milky Way sound like a negligible speck, meaning Milky Way itself is very big. Okay, they are telling, see, to find an example, if you have the ability to travel at the light speed and all, roughly 1 lakh years it will take to travel from one end to the other of a Milky Way. So we are telling the Milky Way is just a negligible speck in front of cosmic wine. So imagine how big will be cosmic wine. Okay, that has been detected by which one? James Webb telescope. Okay, in the world we had a very big Hubble telescope which is now retired. So Hubble telescope successor is this one. Okay, James Webb Space Telescope, which can detect a lot of things in the space. So this again is a very ancient one, because I told light travels from that distance to this distance. So in that context only one word is there, redshift. Okay, when you are detecting different things, you will tell how much redshift it is. Okay, redshift of 3.44 in the extended growth strip. This means that redshift refers to the way light stretches as it travels longer distances through time. Okay, so higher redshift means it is a older object, meaning it is, as I told you, from far away or something which happened long back, you are seeing now in your telescope. Okay, so more the redshift, more older it is. That is the technical meaning of that. That much only you have to study. Okay, redshift, same like we tell light year. Light year, don't think it's a unit of time. Light year is a unit of distance. Okay, we tell this much light year means we are telling from here to here, that much distance it is. Okay, light year is a unit of distance. This is a prelims question, not a unit of time. Same like that, redshift is a unit which tells us whether how old it is. Okay, how far away it is. So indicating an object is older in time. So a redshift of 3.44 would mean light from the cosmic wine has been traveling for between 11 and 12 billion years before reaching here. Okay, so here the same thing will be written here also. Light year is a measurement of distance and not time, as the name might imply. It is a distance beam of light travels in a single earth year. Okay, in Earth's 1 year time, 365 days, how much the light would have traveled, that distance is called 1 light year. So we are talking about billions of light year here. Okay, so universe was only a 2.5 billion year old baby when the structure made its appearance. Okay, so now in comment section, homework is tell what is the age of universe. Okay, now we are telling when cosmic wine was actually there, universe only 2.5 billion years. So today what is the universe's age? Tell me in comment section. If you Google this, it will come. Okay, what is the age of the universe, or how old is the universe? You will get in Google. Just type in comment section. Okay, this is just to see whether you have reached the video till here. Okay, else I don't know who is sleeping or who is simply skipping. I don't know that. Okay, so inside that again, cosmic wine, they are telling massive galaxies are there. They are calling it like galaxy A and galaxy E. That all is not important, but overall you understood cosmic wine is a extensive big galaxy. Now the other one, Sagittarius A or Sagittarius A star asterisk. Okay, so black hole. It is near the border of two constellations. One is the Sagittarius constellation, one is the Scorpius constellation, and they are calling it Sagittarius A star. It is 4 million times more massive than our sun. Okay, in May 2022, this scientists who are there in this Event Horizon Telescope, this is I think second time you are seeing, I'll show you what it is, okay, very soon I'll show you what it is. So they revealed the first image of the black hole named Sagittarius A star at the center of our galaxy. I told you in the center of every galaxy there will be a black hole. So in the center of Milky Way only, this galaxy is there, Sagittarius A star, which was detected by the telescope Event Horizon Telescope facility. Okay, this is not one telescope, it is a group of 8 telescopes in 8 locations. That with the map I will show you soon. Okay, so now nearly all galaxies have giant black holes at the center where light and matter cannot escape, making it extremely hard to get images of them. Okay, that's why I told you only a shadow of image we got it in 2019. Okay, and now scientists are slowly giving out more and more images. So researchers call this black hole as the gentle giant in the center of our galaxy. Okay, meaning in Milky Way center it is like a gentle giant. Okay, because it is 4 million times more massive than our sun. Now a recent study using NASA's Chandra X-ray observatory delves into the mysteries of this black hole, revealing not only its rapid spin but also the profound impact it has on surrounding. Meaning NASA has a Chandra Ray observatory or telescope that is doing more studies on this and telling like this black hole, how fast it is spinning or how fast or what is the impact on its surrounding, that they are doing. Okay, they are using something called outflow method and all. That's not important, but important is that Sagittarius A star is repeatedly coming in news in 2023. That is the reason I made this MCQ. UPSC can choose not to ask this also, but it's my duty to teach you whatever came in the newspaper. Okay, so here again it's all about the spinning thing. Okay, if you see spin value is given between 0 and 1 and then indicating, see 0 indicating no spin, 1 means maximum spin. So these are technical things which came in paper, but you just know these basics. Okay, don't by heart all these things. And they're comparing that Sagittarius A star with another black hole which is M87 star. Okay, which is again spinning at the maximum value of 1 due to its massive size. So they are just comparing, and here see its spin induces lens tethering effect, causing space-time to be dragged. So this kind of terms and all, just because it's there, don't do too much research because you have a lot of things to study. Okay, you just have to know that when it comes in news, you should know that okay, they are talking about some spin of the black hole. They are talking about Sagittarius A star, which is actually in the center of the Milky Way, and it is like 4,000 times bigger than our sun. That kind of basic GK is what I expect you to study and not any other thing. Now again, Event Horizon telescope I am going on telling. So it is 8 telescope with the map I am showing you here. See Karma, CSO, JCMT, SMA, that is sub-millimeter array. This is Arizona. So this analysis where it is. This is the North American continent. This is the South American continent. This is the Europe continent. Okay, so these are the places where these 8 telescopes are placed. See Atacama, ASTE, Apex, LMT. So these 8 of them together are called the Event Horizon Telescope Array, which these countries together obviously is there, and even in the South Pole there is one. Okay, Antarctica also there is one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 continents you can tell these telescopes are there. And theory, if you want to see, same thing. It links telescopes around the globe to form an Earth-sized virtual telescope with unprecedented sensitivity and resolution. Okay, so it's a 8 ground-based radio telescope. Okay, not space-based, ground-based telescopes. So that same 8 I have written here. Now, which is in which continent? Again, go back and try to do. Okay, then only you will study, you will revise wherever you are making notes. My students will get it anyway. These things are all in the test series somewhere. It will be there in science or in current affairs. But others you have to make notes. Okay, so EST was designed to capture image of a black hole. So it offers scientists a new way to study the most extreme objects in the universe. And this was again predicted by who? Einstein's general relativity theory. 13 partner institutions worked together to create the EHT. Okay, funding was given by USA's Science Foundation, Europe's Research Council, then East Asia's many funding agencies. So many people have contributed to this making of this 8 ground-based telescope. Okay, so the technique which they use is called very long baseline interferometry. Okay, simply just a technical term which I saw there, but not important to by heart. Now we saw something like Chandra Ray observatory also, where they detected sometime back I showed you, right, they are detecting the black hole and all. So that is why we will see little theory of this and end this session. Okay, it was launched long back, that is in the Space Shuttle Columbia in 1999 by NASA. It is part of NASA's group of observatories, which they call it great observatories, along with other things like Hubble Space Telescope, Spitzer Space Telescope. Okay, these things. So X-rays refers to the universe as observed with telescope designed to detect X-rays. Okay, X-ray universe means they are detecting X-ray. And then temperatures there I told you, high magnetic field, extreme gravity, explosive things, any things which happen in the space, these things will be detected by this Event Horizon Telescope. Now why this name is like this, Chandra? okay, because it's like the Indian scientist Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, after him, he's a Nobel Prize winner, after him only this telescope is named, okay, because he actually made a value or found out a value called Chandrasekhar limit, okay. That is, the stars more massive than the so-called Chandrasekhar limit would eventually collapse, meaning that is the limit up to which a star will remain a star, okay, meaning it's after that it's going to explode, okay, or it's after that it's going to collapse. So that limit is called Chandrasekhar limit, okay. After that it becomes so dense that not even light could escape it. That I will show you a picture now, then it will be more clear. So theoretical maximum mass a white dwarf star can have and still remain a white dwarf, meaning a star will go through different stages, okay. The last stage is called the white dwarf. After that it will become a black dwarf, or it will become supernova and explode. So that picture I will show you, then you will understand. So that limit is called Chandrasekhar limit, the limit up to which the star can remain a white dwarf, okay. So black holes theory, this is all not important. He got a Nobel Prize in physics. So this is the picture, and we will end the session, okay. So this is the giant cloud gases and all, okay, before becoming a star. And after that it can either become a low or medium star like our sun, or it can become a huge massive star like Sirius, okay. Two types of stars are possible. After that, what will sun become? Sun will become a red giant. After that it will become a nebula. After that become a white dwarf, and then Chandrasekhar limit is there. After that it will become a black dwarf, okay. That means it is ending, star is ending. Or if it is not sun, if it is a very massive star like we told about gamma ray burst and big things, that star will become a red supergiant. Then it will become a supernova, okay. Then it will explode and it can become a neutron star, or it can become a black hole. So we were now seeing most of the questions here, okay, or the discussions here, because that is the ones which our telescopes are finding out from different places, okay, supernova or black hole and that kind of things in different galaxies. This is the life cycle of a star. In mains sometimes question will come, okay, in GS3 paper. That time this picture and all if you draw, you are going to get extra 2 or 3 marks just for this picture and explanation, okay. In case a question comes, simply don't draw it for any question which comes about life cycle of a star, about black hole formation, about supernova formation, about nebula, about white dwarf, black dwarf. You draw this figure, you are going to get 2-3 extra marks in that 10 marker or 15 marker question, okay. So with this I'll end this today's session, but make sure that you are studying, okay, you are studying every single thing which is needed for the exam. I'll show you one more time the slide which we are discussing. These are the different topics which you have to study. So in history there are many topics, geography there are many topics, indices are there, reports are there, whatever is yellow we have already discussed in the previous episodes. So I want you to see the previous episodes also, because this one is episode number 3. Now next part which I will do will be obviously episode number 4, which is actually the episode number 5, okay, because the first episode was episode 0. So like that we will be going on doing topics and things for you, and it's your responsibility that you see from starting. If you see only this because you saw the thumbnail, okay, space something, and you saw it, you are a very poor aspirant. There is a series going on, try to watch everything, because everything is going to be knowledgeable for you, okay. So I'll come up with mostly next one polity topic, because many article based questions is expected this year, like article 342, 341, article 351, that Hindi language thing. These are all going to be asked in this prelims, is what we guess, okay. So that related I will try to do some MCQs and explanation. You tell in comment section more topics or sections, I will try to do everything, okay. So you will see multiple episodes in different days, and this is going to change your prelims approach this time, okay. So I'll wind up this video. Thank you and have a nice day.